welcome to Brooklyn Soul Club. Today we will be taking you on a culinary exploration at Brooklyn Eats. Brooklyn Eats is a food and beverage trade show that showcases Brooklyn small businesses. This is a Brooklyn Chambers of Commerce annual public event. Here we will discover some innovative and classic flavors from Brooklyn entrepreneurs as they share with us their culinary journeys into the food and beverage industries. So let's go.
Welcome to Brooklyn Eats at New York Marriott Brooklyn Bridge. And so I'm going to interview.
My name's Andrew Hone. I'm the president and CEO of the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce.
And this is, what year is this Brooklyn Eats?
This is the 21st year of Brooklyn Eats. Started in 1996, and it was originally a restaurant tasting. And then in 2013, it became a food and beverage manufacturing show. And every single year, we've added more vendors, more people in attendance, more trade represented, and it's continued to flourish.
Great. What is this year's theme?
Eating and drinking and buying and selling and putting money back in the community. So one thing we've seen more of this year than ever before is family-owned businesses, where you have mom and son, sister and sister, dad and daughter working together in a business, building it in Brooklyn and selling it. And I think that's such a special story because everyone loves families, and when they're making good business in Brooklyn, we're all doing better.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So how did you get into We Rub You together?
Well, we're sisters and co-founders of our business, We Rub You, and we make delicious Korean barbecue sauces and condiments.
Who's older?
I'm the older sister. but really, I mean, when we first started it was just a brainstorm session, and I was unemployed, and we've always talked about working together. And my sister said, she really encouraged me. She said, "Why don't you just go for it?" And then she already had a job at that point, so I didn't know that she would actually want to do it with me. And then I was like, "Well, do you want to do it together?" And she said, "Yeah." So she kind of like, she really kind of took a risk to work with me on it. I had nothing to lose because I was unemployed. But so I know it's been fantastic working with each other. We Rub You is like 100% owned and operated by us. We don't have any outside investment. So it's been a wild ride.
Family, sister-owned business.
Yeah.
When you grow further, are you going to seek out outside help?
We don't know. I mean, in many ways we're quite open-minded, but for now, I think we want to try to do it as much ourselves as possible. I mean, we like the idea of kind of doing everything, because even if we were to hire more people, I think it instills a lot of empathy in terms of us like being managers too, to kind of know what it feels like to do every part of the job, like clean bathrooms, mop the floors, like everything, and so for us it's been good until now. I mean, who knows what the future holds though.
All right, great, thank you.
Thank you.
So we're here with Table 87 with
Jack.
Is this your first time at Brooklyn Eats?
No, it's not, but we love it here.
How did you find out about Brooklyn Eats?
Brooklyn Eats is put on by the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce. We're a member of that commerce, and we promote small business around the area, and we are a Brooklyn business. We have 3 local restaurants, one in Brooklyn Heights, one in Gowanus, and just in Industry City we just built out there.
Great. Can you go into a little bit more detail, and how does the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce actually assist businesses?
Well, the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce, like every other business commerce, they promote your business. They promote small business in the area, and they are a great partner to get your name and brand out to the public.
Wonderful. Tell us about your pizza.
Okay, we have a delicious 3-cheese margarita pizza that was featured on the show Shark Tank. If you guys tune in, you can see our episode. But our pizza has 3 cheeses: fresh mozzarella, fontina cheese, Riggio Parmesan with San Marzano tomatoes, and it's a delicious pie, and you have to come and visit us at our restaurant.
And your role in the restaurant is?
I'm a pizza delivery boy. Kayla likes that.
Come on. For a young person who's trying to get into the business in terms of being a chef in the kitchen, any inspiration to those young people?
The inspiration is, number one, stay in school. get your degree in culinary. There's a beautiful culinary schools around New York and in the tri-state area as well as New England. Stay in school, perfect thing. If you can't, you could always come down to one of our sites, our kitchens, and we have a lot of job openings and we promote employment with our community.
Wonderful. Where can people, if they want to find out more about Table 87, where can they go?
Go onto our website, table87.com.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. So here we are at Zesty Z with
Alexander Harik.
Lorraine George Harik.
Hi, nice to meet you. Tell us a little bit about your company.
Well, Zesty Z is the Za'atar company, and we're introducing America to Za'atar and its awesome flavor and versatility.
And we are delighted that more and more people are becoming interested in this condiment because it is a very healthy condiment based on Mediterranean products.
Great. This is your first time at Brooklyn Eats?
This is our first time at Brooklyn Eats, and we're really excited because we're a Brooklyn brand.
Awesome. How did you find out about Brooklyn Eats?
Through the Chamber of Commerce and through our friends at Brooklyn Foodworks. They're a food incubator here in Brooklyn, and we're on their newsletter and our members there.
How long have you started your company?
About a year and a half, actually, and we've been delighted that we've been growing very quickly.
You mentioned Mediterranean. Can you tell us a little bit more about the flavor and the background?
Sure. So Za'atar is an herb mix from the Middle East and Mediterranean. It uses wild thyme that only grows in that part of the world, mixed with other herbs and spices. It's really considered a food staple in that part of the world, and people use it to flavor and cook with. This jar that Mom is holding is the Lebanese style that mixes it with olive oil and sesame seeds. So it's a spread and a condiment.
Great, thank you so much.
Stay zesty.
Stay zesty, Brooklyn.
Stay zesty. We're here with Brooklyn Bangers with Ben.
Jay Don.
Welcome, welcome. Is this your first Brooklyn Eats?
No, well, it's his first. I've been here 4 years in a row, I believe.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's a beautiful thing. Meeting everybody, greeting everybody. It's cool. I love it.
Great, great, great. How did you find out about the first time about Brooklyn Eats?
I think the Chamber of Commerce contacted us. Thank God they did because we love this event. And we immediately said, oh yeah, we got to do this. We got to do this.
Awesome. How do they exactly help small businesses or you?
Well, they helped us. We've gotten a few clients from them. There's people from supermarkets walking around, people from bars walking around, people interested in taking us into their restaurant. It's also just people walk around and taste, and if you're going to be selling in Trader Joe's and Fairway and places like that, it's important to have people taste it at events like this. A great networking too. It's really tons of good things about this.
Awesome. Now tell us a little bit about the product. What are the ingredients? What kinds?
We're made in Brooklyn. Everything's made in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. They're fully cooked. You just heat them and eat them right out of the pack. Super easy to do. We have a cheddar bratwurst with white cabbage cheddar cheese, kielbasa, smoked pork, garlic, whole yellow mustard seed, black pepper. Spicy Asian is a really interesting one. Pork, soy sauce, Thai chili, garlic, cilantro, ginger, German white sauce, pork, veal, lemon, parsley, cream, nutmeg.
Awesome. I'm hungry. Also, what inspired the company or the owner?
Well, our chef, Saul Bolton, Michelin-starred chef, started this company in our restaurant, the Vanderbilt. We were making them in the basement and just for the restaurant, and people loved them so much, the demand was growing. We said, let's try Brooklyn Flea Market. So we went to that. That worked out really well. Barclays Center then was opening up, and they were looking around for Brooklyn companies. We said, let's try to do this. And they said, okay, we'll take your stuff. And then we said, all right, well, now we're going to go make them in a factory and really blow this thing up. And now here we are a few years later in Trader Joe's and really cool places all around little stores in the city.
Great. As a chef, can you give us an input on your role as a chef?
That's my first time here. I'm not really good with cameras, so let him keep
He's not. He's a chef. He's just embarrassed. But he's not the chef creator, but he's a great singer. And we will sing you our theme song.
Okay, yes.
When it's grilling season, there's a million reasons. Choose Brooklyn Bangers, just heat and eat 'em.
We just wrote this song. I don't know how you remember it.
Oh, I remember all of it.
We literally just just wrote this song like a couple days ago.
Really?
Yeah, really.
We're Brooklyn Bangers, the sausage saviors. We'll save your taste buds from boring flavors.
Cool. What inspiration can you give to that young entrepreneur?
Go for it. You have a good idea, a good product, you think people are gonna like it, at least give it a try, because you're not gonna be lying on your deathbed thinking, I wish I slept more and didn't do stuff like that.
What's a good starting point
Good starting. Well, what do you mean starting point?
for them to launch their product or even an idea? Anything.
I mean, just get comfortable with what the product is, figure out what the market is, and if you think there's an opportunity, reach out to people. You know, come to an event like this, network. There's people walking around here, not just buyers of sausages or buyers of food. There's also people looking to give capital to people. A lot of bankers here, things like that.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot.
Hi, we're here at Brooklyn Eats with Island Pops with
Khaled.
And Shelly.
Welcome. Tell us about Island Pops.
So Island Pops, we're a 2-year-old business, and we make Caribbean desserts based on our memories as children. Everything we do is 100% authentic Caribbean. We use only all natural flavors. There's no additives or gums in our products. And my wife and I, we do it together with love.
We started our business 2 years ago when we noticed that there was a real lack of good Caribbean ice cream in Brooklyn. We wanted to make it artisanal, homemade, the way we grew up on. And we started off with soursop. And it really started off when I became really ill one year and I was craving soursop ice cream. And my poor husband went out and bought an ice cream machine and decided to make it. While it wasn't that great, we noticed that it's something that we really need.
Well, I don't know if it was, I think it was great.
It's something that we really need. And then we took it upon ourselves to educate ourselves about ice cream and the science behind ice cream and how it's really well done. And in 2015, we incorporated as an LLC, and we've been making ice cream, ice pops, and shaved ice ever since.
Where from the Caribbean are you from?
We're from Trinidad and Tobago.
What inspired you to create Island Pops?
Go ahead.
So Island Pops, right? We have become so used to the same flavors being used in the same traditional manners for as long as we know, especially when it comes to Caribbean desserts. We, as Caribbean people, we continually use them in the same manner. Our vision is to push the boundaries of Caribbean desserts, right? We're trying to create things that are not normally in frozen desserts, make them a frozen dessert, like a cassava pone or a punch de creme, which is a eggnog that we normally have for Christmas, and we spike it up with our local moonshine called punchin', and we add some cinnamon and nutmeg in there. Normally they have it as a drink, we have it as an ice cream.
Walk us through each flavor, please, that you offer.
So today, what we have today we have soursop. We also have a passion fruit with a sponge cake folded in there. We have a Guinness with a caramel swirl in there. We have the punch de creme, which is a moonshine eggnog ice cream. And we have something called orange blossom, which is very similar to a orange creamsicle.
Awesome. How long have you been running?
Well, how long I've been running the business?
Yes.
Oh, okay. The business we've been running about 2 years. 2 years now. And we're going strong.
Okay, good. This is your first time at Brooklyn Eats?
Yes, it is. It's our first year at Brooklyn Eats, and I think we're going to be back.
Awesome. Yes. How did you find out about Brooklyn Eats?
We came first at the Power Up Brooklyn competition for 2015. So when we came first, the Chamber of Commerce was part of our prize. So we became members then, and we've been here ever since. So as part of that membership, we found out about Brooklyn Eats.
Awesome. Any inspiring words for that person that's trying to get their product off the ground?
I would say push and push and push some more. You know, like this is I've never worked and had a business for myself. It's the hardest I've ever worked in my life, but it's the most gratified I've ever felt. It's the happiest I've ever felt. So when you feel tired and you think that you can't go anymore, push a little bit more, and that is when you're going to get your breakthrough.
Awesome. Where can people find out more about Island Pops?
We're online, islandpops.com. We have an Instagram account, islandpopsny. We're on Facebook. While we do not have a store right now, we do deliver in Brooklyn for free. We deliver outside of Brooklyn for a fee. And we are working on packaging of our products, particularly our ice cream and our popsicles, to provide nationwide shipping and to provide delivery out at a farther distance than Brooklyn. I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say.
And you could also just call us at 347-232-1777. And we will get back to you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Hi, we're here at Moto Spirits with
Hagai Yordeni. Okay. Not just any guy, Hagai.
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 Oh,
Yep.
nice. Tell us a little bit about your product.
Well, I take motorcycle trips with my woman around the world. I try to figure out how the locals make their booze, bring it back to Brooklyn, put a little bit of a twist on it, and share it.
It's your first time at Brooklyn Eats?
It is. It is. We're a brand new business. We just started selling in February.
How did you find out about Brooklyn Eats?
We got invited. They found our whiskey at the Brooklyn Wine Exchange, I believe, and invited us.
I'm sorry, who's they?
Don't know. They talked to Marie.
So you said you've been around for 2 years.
Well, no, so the idea for this business came about 3 years ago when I was doing a motorcycle trip in Vietnam. We stayed in people's homes, and part of their hospitality was this rice-based spirit. And when I got back to Brooklyn, I was looking for it, and nobody was making it, so I started experimenting, and 3 years later, here we are.
Great. What else? Any inspirational words that you can give to someone who wants to do the same thing as you? You know, they see a product that is not in the market and they want to do it. So
follow your dreams, follow your passion. It's a lot of work, and it takes time, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Explain each kind of whiskey that you have.
Okay, so right now we have two products. The first one is a whiskey, and the inspiration for that came from a motorcycle trip to Vietnam. And the second one is called Jabuka, and Jabuka is Croatian for apple. I took a motorcycle trip to Croatia, and so the ingredients here are 70% apple, 30% rice, and it's aged in a bourbon cask.
Where do you age the whiskey?
At the distillery, in barrels. In Bushwick, sorry.
That's what I meant.
No, in Bushwick.
Okay. How long does it take to ferment?
Well, so the process is, let's say with the rice, we cook the rice, we ferment the rice. It takes anywhere between a week to 2 weeks. And then we distill the rice, and then the finished product goes into a barrel for about 10 months.
Can you explain distill? What does that mean?
Yeah, so distillation is kind of cool. What it does is like you heat up the mash, what you fermented, and alcohol evaporates at 80 degrees Celsius, water is at 100. So as the alcohol starts to evaporate, it goes up the still, and then there's a thing called condenser, which basically all it means is I put cold water around it, and that turns the alcohol vapor back into liquid, and that's what you get.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And here we are at Mama O's Premium Kimchi with
Kadeem. I'm the founder.
Great. Tell us a little bit about your company.
So we make kimchi paste. I invented this, and then a homemade kimchi kit. So if you want to make kimchi at home, now you can do it in under 10 minutes.
What's in it?
So this is the secret right here, kimchi paste. So this is basically the recipe. It's got garlic, chili, ginger, a little salt, sugar, lime juice, and that's it. All natural ingredients.
Who inspired you to make it?
Well, that's my mom. Mama.
Mama.
Yeah, I mean, so this is my mom's recipe, and so in homage to her, I named the company after her.
Great, great. How long have you been running the company?
I've been doing this now for about 8 years, so yeah, I'm like an old timer now.
Wow. Is this online or you have like a storefront?
So my factory's in Brooklyn, but online, www.kimchirules.com.
So this is where people can check out your product.
Exactly, yeah. Come check it out, watch a video or two, buy some stuff. It's got all the kimchi gossip.
Is this your first Brooklyn Eats?
No, this is I did the first one, and then another one, and then, so this is like my third, yeah.
How did you find out about it?
Well, if it's Brooklyn, I know about it.
Okay, good. Any inspirational words for that person that is trying to kick off his or her dreams?
Hey, just do it. Live the dream. It's hard work. I can't lie about that. It's hard work, but this is the thing. If you love it, then do it, because you're going to be doing a lot of it. So if you don't love it, then don't do it. You got to love it.
All right, cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here we are at Brooklyn Eats with
Kevin.
And tell us about your company.
We're a family-owned and operated restaurant. Been there for 54 years. About 10 years ago, we started jarring sauce, and it's just a big hit. High-quality sauce. We use only imported Italian tomatoes and olive oil, and all fresh ingredients chopped by hand. Small batch, nothing's mass-produced, out of a small kitchen in the basement.
What's the name of the company?
Michael's of Brooklyn.
Where, if people want to check out your product, where can they go?
We have nationwide distribution, but in the New York area, we're in Whole Foods, Fairway, D'Agostino's, a ton of Key Foods, and mom and pop shops, ShopRite.
What is your role?
I handle a lot of local distribution in the tri-state area. I attend a lot of these events like food shows, and I also do facility maintenance. Take and repair the machines when they go down a lot. So a little bit of everything.
Good. How did you hear about Brooklyn Eats?
Well, we joined the Chamber of Commerce about 4 years ago, and the owner became good friends with them, and he did it every year since then, for 4 years.
What are the benefits of working with the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce?
Well, the chamber does a good job trying to network you with things that maybe you may need. You may need a warehouse location for production or logistics. So it's a good networking.
Good. Any inspiring words for someone who's trying to get their product off the ground?
Just you got to stick with it. The first few years are a little rough. Just hang in there.
All right.
Sell itself.
All right. Thank you so much.
Everybody seems to love our stuff. Name of our company is Brooklyn Whatever. We make a lot of different products. We're in business for 3 years. We're expanding rapidly. We started out with about 6 products 3 years ago. Actually 2 years ago, because it took us a year to learn the food business. It's my wife and my son own the business. I just hang out because I'm retired. And we have 34 products now. We have 8 types of pickles, 4 types of nuts, 2 salad dressings, 2 mustards, 2 ketchups, 3 barbecue sauces. We have pickled baby beets that are beyond delicious. We have pears and peaches in a light syrup, which are fantastic. Oh, we have the best olives in the world. We have apple butter. We're going to have pear butter very, very soon. We have a lot of new jellies, so we have 3 jellies there. They're all very unique. Every one of our products is unique. There's nothing like them, and every one of them is delicious. And you can ask, your camera person tasted almost everything, and she'll tell you, if you want to turn the camera around, that everything is delicious, because everything is delicious, and that's about it.
Tell us your name.
My name is Eddie Shama.
And you're from?
From Brooklyn. I'm born in Brooklyn. I'm going to die in Brooklyn. I live in Brooklyn. I live in Gravesend area of Brooklyn. Most people in the world have no clue what Gravesend is. Gravesend is in South Brooklyn. Nobody knows that there is a South Brooklyn. Everybody thinks just Williamsburg and Bed-Stuy and Fort Greene and Bushwick. But there is a South Brooklyn that is very, very, very densely populated, that has about 1.5 million people there, that most people have no idea that it exists. But I'm from South Brooklyn.
And
how did we get the name? My wife came up with it, actually. But now people look at the table and we have so many things. They say, oh, you make everything, you make whatever. I said, that's right. So somebody else gave us a reason to be and a reason to have our name. And we thank them, and we participate in Brooklyn Eats to thank the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce.
we thank you.
Thank you.